No Soccer Dave on the program today, so welcome to the first and probably only actionable Swolecast in the history of the show, a special guest. Let's have a good day. Are you David Maddox from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.
All right, GM, everyone. Welcome into the Week 6 NFL Swolecast. Davis Maddox here. Soccer Dave is, I believe, celebrating the first Titans win. There was a large rally and demonstration in downtown Nashville that he felt that he needed to be a part of. Wasn't clear if it was actually related to the Tennessee Titans or if there was an ICE support demonstration that Soccer Dave's group chat was planning on attending. Peter Overzet, Mr. Tuttle 05, and for the first time, Mr. Nez Takes from the Badge Bros joins the program. Nez, thank you for hopping on, man.
Yeah, I had to make some concessions here. I was really excited to actually be here with Soccer Dave, and I didn't realize that I was the fill-in. So definitely a bummer. I was really looking forward to that conversation and like talking about how I almost was late because I had to get my child vaxxed and was curious about his thoughts about that. But we press on. We press on. Thank you for having me. I'm honestly, no, all jokes aside, I'm honored to be here.
We're glad to have you. I located you in the window right next to Tuttle because you guys both have the 75% of white guys look going on, which I think is huge. Peter, how was week 5 for you, brother?
Week 5 was awful. But this is a forward-thinking show, other than the jokes that I make, which are always in the rearview mirror. But beyond that, no, we're ready for week 6.
Tuttle, I saw you won a soccer contest that I was in last week. Not even big enough to make it a screenshot. So really just another day that ends in Y for Mr. Tuttle 05.
Yeah, I think I was only like plus 50% on that site after winning a GPP, which tells you a little bit about the size of it. So definitely not screenshot worthy.
Sad to see. So I'm not going to do what Soccer Dave does and just ruin the entire Overzets overview before the actual beginning of the Overzets. I have no idea what Peter is going to talk about. I have no idea what the joke is going to be here. So I think let's just go ahead and do Overzets Overview.
Got that dog in a butt. Got that dog in a butt. Overzets Overview. Come on.
I did debate not even doing an overview this week because Kitchen is both my number one piece of fodder for these and also my number one audience as well with his generous laughter there. But, we got to keep the overview going. I believe Kitchen is in San Diego, by the way. He actually sent me a photo driving by a sign for my old university. And I told him to take a hard right to be close to the ocean and to God at Point Loma Nazarene University there. Our Swolecast lineups, though, continue to take lives. First, it was James Conner. Then it was Malik Neighbors. And now Omari at Hampton in our flex. Stay tuned for our Week 6 lineup build to see whose season we will end later today.
It's the Grim Reaper meme, but it's just Soccer Dave's face on the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, I do love that. He did finally put that in the spy, I believe. I think it scored 150 points. So congratulations on that bit, Kitchen. Huge night last night for the Brashard Smith slappies. He caught 3 balls. There were parades in the street for those 3 catches. Unfortunately, everyone slid him to 8.5 receptions, so no one won any.
Nope. Slid him to 29.5 receiving yards. I've never been so fucking sharp in my life, Peter Overzet.
Yes, love a good Chiefs three-way committee there. David Kitchen's group chat was in a really tough spot this week. They couldn't decide whether to utter unspeakable words about Amari DiMercado's intelligence or to celebrate the Titans' first win. Rock at a hard place there for them. Jonathan Gannon sure ripped into DiMercado after that. It reminded me of when Davis gets mad at Dave. It's just awkward for the whole team here on the show. Like I said,
shout out to Dave, by the way, did give me the overlay for this a full 2 hours in advance instead of 7 seconds before the show started.
Did he make a thumbnail? Who made the thumbnail?
David made the thumbnail.
Wow, he really
He's
is
a grinder now.
Vacation. Yeah.
Yeah.
David Kitchen is in San Diego this week. I knew that was the case because the colors on lateround.com just felt a little off and uninspired this week without the COO around to profesh things up. DFS players have all united for a class action lawsuit against one Mr. Michael Leone for his projection of one Mr. Jacoby Myers. The defendant remains adamant that we must zoom out on the chart, but the plaintiffs are steadfast that he be sent to Guantanamo. I did see Leone today put a tweet out with all of their buy low guys, and he's like, we were 3 for 5, but all anyone sees is Jacoby Myers on those tweets.
He has Nate so mad that Nate told me I need to get a gathering of the minds, like a meeting of the 5 families. I need to have all projections. I need to have Cardi and Leone and the Run the Sims guys and the Saber Sim guys all sit down and universally agree to nuke Jacoby Myers projections. It's ruining Nate's life actively.
Is this an industry-wide thing? I know it's a blitz thing, and obviously now Leone is everybody just super high on Jacoby all the
everyone
time?
is giga high on this guy. He's the best wide receiver value every week for 3 weeks in a row on every.
What is it? They just don't know where to allocate targets just because Bowers.
Well, Brock was out last week, and that really kept the Jacoby thumb on the scale. I personally had a hard time enjoying that Colts Raiders game, and it wasn't just because of Jacoby. It's just not the same when Mark Sanchez is in the booth calling the game. I mean, Brady Quinn's fine, but we really need Sanchez there. This week, we only have 3 games with totals over 47, and 2 of them feature Kyler Murray and Bryce Young, so I'm sure that'll go great. And the 3 late window games include Titans and Raiders and Bengals and Packers, so this seems like a good time to say the Shipcast is canceled this week. Similar to ADP chasing that Pat Carrain slept through this morning. That's all I got today. Back to you, Davis.
All right. Well, there we go, boys. That is a high-level look at the slate. I'm going to keep it absolutely real with you guys. The first bye week slate, which is normally week 5, is always pretty bad. But then you get into the combination of bye week, international game, and good players on season-ending IR. So we are going to be responding to the Amari Hampton injury for the Chargers. We're going to be responding to Lamar injury and what to do in that situation. You've got Bowers out for the Raiders. You have Christian Watson maybe returning as a cardio king against the Green Bay Packers. Tuttle, how surprised are you that Christian Watson is practicing on Tuesday, October 7th? No brace, no sleeve. This dude is just raw dogging ACL recovery right now.
It's not going to last long. It's no reason to get hopes up here. It's he's going to be back on the IR anytime soon. As soon as he's activated, he's going to go right back on. And
Nez, your team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, returns this week against the Cleveland Browns. I have a honestly, this is more of a selfish question than anything. What are they going to do with old Kenny Gainwell? Is historically, does Tomlin try and put Pandora back in the box, or is he Kenny had a good performance and we want to reward that behavior moving forward? I really don't know.
Well, I mean, we had 4 years of Najee Harris not being dethroned, but when you get a 1,000-yard rusher for 4 consecutive seasons, do you do anything with that? I don't think so. I think you're going to see Kenny probably revert back to some week 1 usage. I just think that those results are too strong to not to not reward. And with Jaylen Warren, man, he's been banged up so often in his career that I think at this point it's probably just going to be like, okay, like we tried to use him a ton and it didn't work. So it's probably Jover for workhorse Jaylen Warren. I don't think that he just like gonna like all of a sudden come back to that sick usage that we were seeing. I mean, you can't cope too hard, man. Gainwell looked awesome. I mean, you got to hand it to old Artie Smith, man. He just continues to be vindicated. In his strange decisions.
You gotta hand it to old Artie Smith as he easily wriggles his way out of another jam. Just like, all right, let's all do the Kenneth Gainwell
It was the same thing when Bijan was a rookie, right? And we were all upset about the Algier usage. And it was like Algier was balling out, and Algier was good the year before that. Kenny Gainwell, if you go back in time far enough, he was like a 0 RB darling. He was a guy we were very excited about coming into the league. And then these guys go through this transformation where they essentially have like a PR like 180. We're like, Kenny Gainwell, ew, like disgusting. And it's like, well, he's doing the Kenny Gainwell things.
All right, I haven't fact-checked this. I have no idea if this is true. You're on the right show. But I'm going to guess that Kenneth Gainwell's week 4 performance in Ireland is a greater single game, half PPR and full PPR score than any game of Jaylen Warren's career. I'll just guess.
I mean, that's like a
close.
minus 800 live odd there with no research whatsoever. There's just I would guarantee that that's true. I would guarantee it.
Well, just think about how many of like our favorite running back prospects, rookies over the past like 5 years, like all of them combined have not had a game as good as Rico Dowdle's week 5. Like, it's just, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yes. All right. Well, let's go ahead and pull up the old Run the Sim. Shout out to Soccer Dave. I mean, what a guy. Soccer Dave. He's on. Oh, this is Davis. Come on, man. You gotta do better than this. Shout out to Soccer Dave. See, this is what I get for using the dynamic camera grid. There we go. I knew I'd done this before the show. So Soccer Dave actually sends us the week 6 NFL overlay. Soccer Dave, you know he's working hard because he thinks it's really important to make sure that the week is identified on the Splash Sports overlay.
He's a little worried about job security. He heard that I was coming in to take his spot, and he's like, I better keep these things up to date. I get it.
Yeah, we also have some news on the Splash Sports front, some potential news on the Splash Sports front, which is that we are going to be doing a second chance survivor of some degree. Now, you guys tell us in the comments if you're watching this on replay, or if you're an audio listener, you can drop it in the Swolie's chat. Would you guys rather do a second chance, like win survivor, like pick the Colts to win against whoever? Or do you want a second chance to run back the absolute goddamn torture of the touchdown survivor? The touchdown survivor is so painful. I knew it was going to be that way, but watching Derrick Henry not get a touchdown from the 1 yard line against the Cleveland Browns did have me thinking like, man, this is actually a lot harder than picking wins or losers. I would do either, but I'm curious what the Swolies out there have to say. Toto, what would you prefer?
Touchdown versus normal?
Yeah.
I'm an average guy. Give me the normal survivor.
Yeah. People are, maybe this is just because I'm taking Survivor much more seriously, but I've noticed the Survivor conversation banging louder than ever this year.
There have been some pretty tough beats, right? Like this is my first year ever doing it. This past week was especially brutal for Survivor, right?
Well, yeah. The Cardinals snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
I was in like 4 survivor pools, and the only one I'm left in is like the ETR free roll one on Splash Sports. It just seems like the worst one to be alive in. If I win, I get to like go get coffee with Levitan or something.
You have to pay your own way out to Denver.
I get to take Jerry for a walk around the block.
You get to ask Dave like optimal like TikTok strategy or something.
This would be my vote that I would love to do. I would love to do both. I would love to do a second chance survivor league with the Swolies, and I would love to do a TD survivor, but double picks each week, 2 picks, because threading the needle of getting one right, it's just like everybody's going to last 4 to 5 weeks before you step on that landmine. But with 2, I feel like we could actually have that go to the end of the season. That would be my suggestion.
I'm hip. Yeah, I'm jamming in. By the way, big news in the tiers contest that we're going to talk about later. Tate 81, nowhere to be fucking found in the top 10. Yeah, so get out of here. All right, moving to the quarterbacks. Did Pat Kerrane wake up from his nap this morning and press the buttons on Run the Sims? Because right now, one Mr. Drake May is the highest projected quarterback. I guess what's most interesting here, no Lamar, no Josh Allen, no Jalen Hurts. Peter, there's no quarterback priced above $6,600 in this slate. Play whoever you want.
Yeah, every single one of those top quarterbacks by salary are kind of like conventional pocket passer quarterbacks. And it's not till you get down to Indiana Jones, Drake May, that we even get some of the rushing guys. So yeah, it is going to be a wild week. I mean, I didn't watch the Patriots Bills game. Obviously on the road at Buffalo is a tough spot. Everyone's like, Drake May had a great game. I just look at the fantasy points and I'm like, that doesn't look like a great game to the game I play. Like, is Drake May, like, does he have a ceiling? Can Drake May drop 30 points? Like,
dude, he's in the dome. He's in the dome, dude.
He can. He can. This is Drake May is going to be. I mean, first off, I was extremely surprised at the Justin Fields ownership in the big Millie. I mean, that had me like blown away. I think he's like 30%. I mean, I don't know, man. I didn't expect to see a quarterback that high. I think Drake May could rival that here. I think all you're going to hear about is how Drake yeah, Pete, like the fantasy score wasn't good, but like Drake May looked awesome. Diggs is now emerging as like an easy stack partner. You can double stack it really easily. Everyone knows the Saints play fast. Drake May is going to be like uber chalk here, and I'll jam it along with the field.
Well, Davis, is this ownership thing like is this everybody's just on the Sims now? Are we like full circling in DFS where like, dude, I've noticed this in college football too, where ownership seems to be. So we had the thing where ownership was condensed, then everybody found actual GPP strategy, and we were more diversified. It feels like everything's going back to being more condensed ownership again. Like, have we gone full circle?
It's all projection jamming. It's all sim jamming. Even guys who don't have access to sims listen to shows like this. You know, they watch Peter do the fucking block party with Utica on Friday. They all the content is play the best plays and maybe make like 2 pivots per lineup. And then you see it in practice. Last week, the Millie Maker winning team on DraftKings was a straight up 3v3 versus the cash game nuts. And it wasn't even a crazy 3v3. Like, it wasn't like, oh, this unowned guy. It was like, I think it was Waddle versus Olave, Pickens versus Myers, and then Tyler Warren versus McBride. And that was it.
Let me offer one counter argument to it's all sim-based stuff. One, Mr. David Montgomery's ownership relative to his projection, because the narratives fought back in week 5.
Dude, I could have gotten like $1,000 off JMac, and I fucking cowered it out. This is as bad as I've ever played in my life. JMac says David Montgomery is going to be 1% owned. I say JMac, no fucking chance.
He didn't say one.
He did. He said 1. He said 1%.
Sure, wasn't single digit. He said 1.
He said 1. His original tweet said by the way, this is classic JMac. His original tweet was a video from him 19 years ago where he got a 1% owned guy right in NBA DFS because he happened to be at the game, and Jason Kidd quote told him JJ Barea was going to start.
That's
because
awesome.
Yes. But
wait, so this is the JMac I was thinking about?
This is JMac. Yes, this is DFI War Room JMac. And JMac says David Montgomery is going to be at 1%. I tweeted JMac and I say, JMac, I love the take. No chance is he going to be 1%. He's going to be 15%. JMac says, I'll bet you any amount.
Did you really love the take?
I did. I played David Montgomery. You're pointing a finger at someone else. 3 fingers are pointing back at you on the David Montgomery propaganda.
If you had a chance to take $1,000 from JMac on a 1% ownership bet, you're a bonehead, dude. What were you thinking?
Well, JMac said it had to be double digits, and I was like, I could see 8%. right? I could see him just because there were Dowdle, there was Rashad White, there was Breece Hall, and
you have to delete the tweet if you say it's gonna be 1% and you won't take a bet that's less than 10% or over 10%. That's absurd.
Yeah. Point being, Peter, you are correct. That there's always a way for phone shitter bro to fight back. Are people gonna play this Dime stuff? Because I Dimes was 6% last week. He was my spy double stack. Shout out to Amir Abdullah for scoring a touchdown that could have just gone to literally anyone other than Amir Abdullah when the game was still reasonably competitive. I think he might get on. And then Pete, what do you think people do against the Bengals? Like the Bengals are just, I mean, they just give up in every game.
I think people are going to not want to deal with the passing game stuff. Well, I think it'll be kind of like the Colts, right? You play Jonathan Taylor and Tyler Warren, you play Josh Jacobs and Tucker Kraft. Like that's how people will want to play it.
I guess it really is that simple. I'm trying to see if there's any like running guy. Ooh, Kitchen's not here. Nez, are the Titans so ass that the Raiders passing game can get there? Like, are we back on Geno, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Michael Mayer?
No, they're going to be, Genti's going to be like crazy owned though. For sure. It's going to be big time Genti chalk week, I think, but no reason to play Geno Smith, man. Everybody's seeing enough from that, but Jacoby projection like is going nowhere. So that's going to be really interesting to see how people fight back against that. I just want to say too, I think Jordan Love's going to sim like crazy well, so that's going to be something to figure out if you're playing.
Yeah, he will. That's sharp by you.
Is Geno uber washed, or is it he just has nobody to throw the ball to?
I have a hard time saying he's uber washed. I don't know. What do you guys think on Geno? I would say he still has some, they wrote me, but I ain't right back left.
I don't think he's washed. I just think he's extremely volatile. And it's just like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation with him.
Yes.
Which is what you want if we get the 1%, right? The 1%
for sure.
Yeah.
And he's like actually leverage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's going to have those right tail outcomes that nobody wants to chase because we're seeing the worst of the worst from him. And Titans is definitely a spot for that to happen. So you're not wrong.
I'm actually mad that Davis has said nothing about Albert O, and we're 23 minutes into the show.
Albert Akui-Bunum had more yards and catches and targets than Jacoby Myers last week.
Yeah. Is that true?
He's finally
yes.
arrived.
That is fact check me, but it is true. Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't told a lie in a while, so.
Yeah. Okay.
How about we should let Nez? What do you think about Darnold against this Jags team? Short week. Sure. Darnold was incredible on Sunday. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't love it for Darnold here. I don't see the same explosion spot that I was seeing against Tampa. So I don't think we're going to see like unleash Darnold here necessarily. So I don't necessarily love it. I think especially after the game you just had, you're going to see like a lot of people gravitating towards him at 5,400. But I definitely wasn't thinking of him as like, like we're going back to the well, because I have a lot of respect for the Jags defense.
What has to happen for Darnold? Is it just like it has to be like a perfect Seattle has to be pushed, basically?
Seattle has to be pushed.
Yeah. And they got to face a defense that stops the run. They have to be like unable to run the ball because they want to run the ball so much.
Buccaneers are like a legit run funnel. Like that is like so 2017 DFS, but they actually are. Like all their defensive backs are injured and
pass funnel.
Yes, sorry, pass funnel.
Right.
Yeah. Last week I laughed at the idea of playing Rattler. I can see it in this one. Rattler, Shaheed, Diggs. He's running a little bit. Patriots defense has not been like particularly good. I guess they do have Gonzo back. Can't play Olave this week, dude. He's gonna get wiped off. All right, Peter. Let's go ahead and build ourselves a DraftKings team. Do you want to tell the people the contest that they're going to be entering this in?
Yeah, all of us are going to be entering it into the 2K T-Mobile Game Day Draft Challenge, and Kitchen is forced to put it into the SPY as a fine for not being here today.
So actually, I will give a minimal shout out to Soccer David. He did at the very least go into the Swolie's Discord channel, which you can get if you are a member of the Swolie's channel, and get feedback on replacing the guys who were out in our lineup last week. So shout out to Soccer Dave. Nez, you're a guest in our private domicile here. You can take whoever you want first.
Wow, thank you. I'm honestly honored here. I think I'm gonna start us. We're gonna go a little off the board here. Let's go Justin Herbert to build this team.
Wow.
Sick matchup. Amari and Hampton is on the IR. They've got to throw the ball, and I don't know if you guys know this, but you can do that against Miami. They will allow you.
My God. Is Kamani Vidal actually going to be in play because the Dolphins are that pathetic? He really might be.
Yes.
I mean, it's like if someone's running for 200 yards, it's going to be Hassan Haskins.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think Haskins is going to absolutely cuck the Vidal stuff. Like,
bro,
Slappies are going to rush to put him in, and then next thing you know, Vidal has 20 carries for 42 yards and 3 touchdowns. It's happening.
I love you guys. I do. Yeah, I consider all of you guys good friends. I can't have you guys Josh and Hassan Haskins to the people.
Okay, the Brashard Smith guy wanting to cape for Kamani Vidal, that one.
First off, my Brashard Smith advice, I gave out the play when it was at 7.5 yards. It got steamed.
Yeah, you can give out Kamani Vidal over 7.5 yards this week too. But those of us who want to play fantasy points are going to play Hassan Haskins.
Davis, here's the difference. These guys weren't in the CFB DFS streets grinding Troy slates and getting Kamani Vidal for a touchdown game.
No, I'm not even going to pretend that. I just know that Harbaugh coached. Didn't Harbaugh coach Haskins? And
yes.
You talk about
you're probably right there.
CFB DFS stuff. I mean, come on, guys. It's Harbaugh with his old friend.
So Hassan Haskins in his career has 2 games over 50% of the snaps. Neither of them have came on a Chargers team. Let's go back and look at this 34-20 Chargers Raiders game, because I'm assuming this is a game that J.K. Dobbins does not play last year. Oh, Dobbins did play in this game. So this was after. Do you guys remember this game? I don't remember this game
right?
at all.
Yeah, it was an absolute smackdown, I'm pretty sure.
QJ 13 for 186.
Well, the whole reason
maybe the signs were there.
Justin Herbert in this lineup is because we don't want to have to deal with this running back situation. So we can move on.
Although the Sims love the onslaughts and that smaller field stuff.
That's true.
Do we think that the 2K T-Mobile Game Day
this might not be a small enough field?
Hey, Tuttle, does unlimited qualify as small field?
Unlimited.
Now value is going to be at a premium though, because we are back to having Puka and CMC on the main slate. Dan, I'll let you go second.
I'm just gonna go Waddle.
Wow.
I'll let somebody else stack away.
Waddle, bring back price hike to 6,100 DraftKings dollars. Pete, you can go next.
Yeah, I do think I want to get a Packer in here. Let's go with the Tucker Kraft angle. I could see him getting lost in the shuffle just with like super flat tight end range, people paying up for Ferguson and Warren.
Tucker Kraft, the same price as Warren. All right. We'll do
How
it.
else do you think? You think the path to first place in an unlimited contest is through the Tyler Warren chalk or through a similar price point pivot?
All right, I'll be brave enough. I'll stare everyone in the face. You know what you're never going to get to if you're using your precious points per dollar projections in your priors. I'm taking Quentin Johnston at $5,900 directly over Jacoby Myers, who somehow got more expensive than last week.
That's insane. That actually helps us out. Like, it doesn't make it even more tempting.
$4,700 Jacoby Myers. You're like, all right, whatever, fine. How bad can it be? $5,800 Jacoby Myers or whatever.
Can I just say, I mentioned this on my portfolio review, but I cannot get out of my head Nate saying about Jacoby Myers. And the scary thing is, I just don't know when I'll be done. It's such a good line.
I mean, this price is helping him out because I guarantee if he was $5,100, Nate's not thinking twice about it. He's running it back like a blind seal slapping for more bread. Like he's not thinking.
What animal we need? What? Because Nate obviously isn't a seal, but there's a blind animal of some sort that he qualifies as. It's a stubborn animal. What's a stubborn?
Okay.
A beaver?
What is the most stubborn animal? Sound off in the replies. Mules are considered very stubborn.
A blind
mule. Badgers, yeah. very stubborn. I've heard that.
A blind badger has a nice ring to it.
Blind badger does. All right, Nez, it's back to you.
All right, let's go ahead and we're going to play the same game environment here that Pete's on, and we're going to go Jacobs. I think this is going to be like super, super chalky, but we've got Taylor and McCaffrey creeping up to the 9K salary range, which makes Jacobs probably one of the better values on the slate here. So let's throw in Jacobs.
Sims are going to want you to do so much Jacobs with Green Bay pass catcher. Like if you give a 3 Packer lineup, your sim of choice is going to like send you a degree from Oxford. They're going to be like, wow, you're actually so rich. All right, Dan, we have $4,925 left remaining per slot.
What are we thinking Hubbard's status is going to be?
I was just looking at that.
He's not going to play.
Revenge. I want that dollar revenge.
Rico at $5,800 at home against Dallas Cowboys, coming off the 120th greatest rushing performance of all time. Only the 10th instance in the last decade of a guy having 200 rushing yards and 15 or more receiving yards, which, by the way, Leonard Fournette did with exactly 25 PPR points. Funniest stat line of all time. Like average day at the office for Puka Nacua with 230 scrimmage yards. Pete.
So I'm just looking like if we're in the, 2,500 defensive range, that puts us at about 5,600 left for a wide receiver in a flex.
Saints at home against May feels pretty good, just as good as they were last week.
Sure. So you put that in, 5,750. I mean, kind of on the teammate pairing thing, I would love to get Tet in. And speaking of being a stubborn badger,
surely that'll work this week.
One of these weeks it's gonna hit. Let's put him in, and that leaves us 5,500 for a flex.
All right, so we've got Rico in there, $5,500 at flex. Could swap in Kamani Vidal here. Could do Michael Pittman Jr. I actually think that you could get away with double tight end this week. Man, you guys did not leave me with like super appealing options here. You know what? I'll do it. I'm gonna do Kamani Vidal. I'm doing it.
Oh, we're not gonna leave 500 salary on the table.
And we'll upgrade defense. We will play the Tampa Bay. Dude, Jaguars D. They get a pick 6 every week. 3 turnovers in all games but 1. Easy.
This is disgusting. Can we do Keenan and go down to a $2,300 defense?
God. Can I just do anything other than fucking that?
The guy who just picked Kamani Vidal finds Keenan Allen, one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game.
One of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game.
Keenan Allen. Literally, you are so Mr. Let me jam lad in Kamani Vidal every week. How's that going for you?
All right, Peter, I'll just let you take my pick over. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And we can play the Panthers defense.
We have to protect our lineups from the blind beavers and the blind seals. Okay.
Can we? I'm sorry. We didn't have a Keenan Allen conversation here. Keenan Allen missed so many games early in his career, and he's still the fastest player to 1,000 receptions. Like he should have gotten here 10 games sooner. I'm just like absolutely flabbergasted by this Keenan Allen rage bait. Congratulations. I'm upset. You got me.
I got you. I did. I got you.
Keenan Allen is who we want Jacoby Myers to be every week when we put him in the lineup, except he actually scores fantasy points.
He had 8 points last week.
We call that a lad ceiling game.
Lad almost had 21 last week.
He jumped over that guy. Didn't you see it?
Didn't you see the most ticky-tacky roughing the punter penalty of all time, dude? No, it was bullshit. All right, there you go. Done. We're entered into the 2K T-Mobile Game Day Draft Challenge with a double stack Justin Herbert. Wow, where do you get your ideas? Surely the Chargers double stack will get there once all year. Absolutely. On the path to get there. All right, running back.
Well, it got there week 1, just wasn't on the main slate.
Did it? It wouldn't have got there on the main slate, would it?
Oh,
How many points
Herbert
did Keenan have
absolutely
week 1?
smashed week 1.
Oh,
I don't know. This guy I was watching on the television told me to sit Justin Herbert, so I kind of tuned out after that point.
28 points. Keenan Allen had 16.3, and Johnston had 22.4. I
was writing a strongly worded letter to Jair Bolsonaro to no longer let the NFL allow the National Football League in Brazil because it caused Travis Kelce to kill Xavier Worthy. No, this penalty. No, Charlie, foul. That was a ticky-tack ass penalty. Not allowing it. All right, running back. Tuttle. Christian McCaffrey is averaging bottom 5 yards per carry. He is dead last in the NFL in rushing yards over expectation per attempt. He is sub Chase Brown in efficiency. He also would be a top 5 wide receiver if you just took his reception numbers and removed all his rushes out of it. Are you jamming him over 3 touchdown Jonathan Taylor?
No. And this is coming from a guy that was underweight on him in that Thursday night showdown, though, and that was the most tilting run out of events. He started smashing, had all those receptions to start the game, did nothing for like 3.5 quarters, and then overtime crawled right back. But no, it's almost more of a floor thing for McCaffrey at this point, right? It's like a floor versus ceiling type of conversation, unless we actually think.
Well. Except any week he scores a touchdown, you're like almost guaranteed.
Yeah, he's gonna smash,
30,
right?
You're gonna get like 30 points.
I will say the price tag at least. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm JT. I'm still team JT. JT's doing enough as a receiver. It's not like C-Mac levels, obviously, but it's a nice little addition.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the thing that's interesting is his ownership was not going to get out of control because of the presence of Jonathan Taylor. Like, he will not be 40% owned in the SPY this week. He'll be like 22%. Nez, you care to weigh in? CMC, who's your 101 in BRs this week?
That's a good question. I haven't done like a ton yet to have seen my ranks. I think I'm JT though. Yeah, I get it, but this base projection on CMC is nuts. Like, this is insane, man. I'm not going to be playing him on over here. This
base projection is less points than he is currently averaging.
Wow. Well, I just got owned. I just got owned.
You did just get by facts and logic.
Yeah, no, I'm taking JT over CMC.
I'm still tilting Thursday night, by the way. Like, how is a hobbled Mac Jones leading an offense efficiently? And yeah, whatever. I'm so tilted.
On the road, Thursday night football, no healthy starting receivers. And by the way, I'm just gonna like dice up one of the best defenses in football. I mean, what did we just watch there, man? I got screwed so hard on that game.
Yeah, I lost a lot of money if you can't tell on that one.
Same.
Yeah. Well, I guess so. They haven't removed Amarian Hampton yet. Whatever. You know what's? I'm just looking at this and I'm like, wow. Actually, no one's playing Devin Achane this week because Javante's going to get so owned. Jacob's going to get so owned. Dowdle's going to get so owned. Rashad White will get owned. Kyron Williams is going to get piled on because everyone knows to play people against the Ravens. Judkins is going to get. J-Mac, I'll bet my life Quinshon Judkins is double-digit owned. Not actually, but he's gonna fall through the cracks, and that 10% looks low on Genty as well. So a little bit of leverage on A-Chain, Peter.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of like the CMC play, right? Where it's just the floor is so good, but you do worry I think about the ceiling here. But yeah, he should be a good bet for 15 plus points.
Like pure snap wise, Ollie doesn't do much. Like he's not on the, but it feels like it's just enough to be annoying.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. He'd have to get like, you'd have to project him for like 0.6 touchdowns for him to like meaningful impact A-Chain, I think. We can look at the inputs
I
right
do
now.
think the Judkins play is, I actually think that'll probably get like lost in the shuffle a little bit. Because don't you think if we do get Bucky and Chuba out again, Rico and Rashad will probably project as better values than Judkins. But Judkins just has that nuclear ceiling.
Yeah. I mean, this looks right to me. 18.2 PPR points with Ollie Gordon getting 29% of the rush attempts, 30% of the expected rushing touchdowns. That looks right to me. So like if anything, you could argue that A-Chain has a higher ceiling than his projection because they might just decide, although he is so fucking bad at running at the goal line. He had such a no-hoper inside the 3-yard line last week. And he's literally more likely to moss a defensive back in the end zone than he is to score like a tough in between the tackles 2-yard run. I don't know, Nez, what do you think? Is Quinshon Judkins coming for your Pittsburgh Steelers?
I mean, like, obviously, like, I'm insanely biased here, but I don't think so. No, I think the Steelers' run defense it's gone like way under the radar that because they got gashed by Breece Hall week 1, people think that they're a bad run defense. They are second in rush EPA per play right now for rushing. So at home, coming off a bye against the Browns, who just played overseas. I don't think it's going to be a Quinshon Judkins day.
All right. I really can't talk you guys into Vidal at all. Just like it's just a 0.
He's not even Stone Man.
This makes me want to play up. I want to bring up the FanDuel price tag so bad now.
You can. The show is not sponsored by FanDuel. You can bring up FanDuel.
That makes sense.
I would rather
speak actual sponsors that run this. I've never been on Run This for full transparency. That editable section, I assume you can edit shares and then run sims from. That's really freaking cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, you could do whatever you want. I gave Brashard Smith 40% of the Chiefs' backfield work last night in my run.
I mean that's a really cool feature.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Justin Freeman built it a long time ago, and then they Uticao and actually honestly mostly Nerdy Tenor is redoing the sim stuff in the back end. What about what about Kyron, right? Because the Ravens are this matchup. I mean, CJ Stroud just had a 30 fantasy point game. The thing with the Rams is like Sean McVay is not going to be a PROE demon here. Like he's not having Stafford drop back 40 times here. So is it Kyron, or are we actually going to see the vaunted Blake Corum actually taking some off Kyron's plate game here?
It's crazy. Like you see like actual Rams fans on the timeline, like they're fed up with Kyron. Like
they hate him.
They hate him. But I just don't know if. But you see the Sean McVay quotes, like he's like, that's my guy. Like I don't see anything really changing. Like maybe it inches up to like a 35% share for Corum from like a 30%, but like there's not going to be a flippening here.
I don't think so either.
No chance on a flippening.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked at the projection coming in so low. I mean, I haven't seen the prognosis for the entire Ravens defense. I know like Kyle Hamilton was close, but they still seem so banged up and lost. And I don't think we're going to see Lamar this week either. I just think this shapes up for Kyron just being like one of the safest floor plays you could ask for.
Yeah, I think that's true. All right. Wow. If
you try to replace him with Corum just fumbled too.
Corum got benched. And they went right back to Kyron.
Right.
Oh my God, you've got to be fucking kidding me with this Jacoby Myers projection.
So unless they're like the fastest projection site in history of
no,
sites.
it's
This is all just carried over.
It's all last week stuff.
It's Tuesday at 12:45 p.m. Eastern. We can give
Those people
everybody a
crack me
break.
up. We already got a message at RG stuff like, "Hey, you don't have Jordan Love in the projections." So, dude, it's 11 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. Like, relax a little bit here.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
I literally believe all they do is just like flip over the slate, like click the button so that the right matchups display.
Yeah. If you are frothy for Jordan Love in the player pool on a Tuesday, may I introduce you into a great game called the Battle Royales on Underdog, where you can go and draft Jordan Love right now on a Tuesday afternoon if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay. Igbuka, Peter, you ready? You ready to get the blade from Igbuka again?
Man, yeah, and he has been the hot topic of discourse. There's team separation score, team film bros, and team bros who continue to rack up the points on their fantasy teams on that one.
I thought the separation score discourse was terrible. I'm such a projection bro, and he is not. He's projected fine, but not as like had to have him to this point in the season.
You guys need to give me the TLDR on this, because I haven't seen any of the discourse, and I was just talking to my kid this week, and like I don't know if this is like, are we looking at a generational talent, or is it just like perfect scenario with a really good quarterback throwing the ball?
I'm a noted Ohio State hater, so let's go to Nez first.
I think for me, it's just like, I think it's a perfect marriage of things for Igbuka and Baker. Like, he's running super hot on touchdowns, but like, that's a bit of a skill in itself that's just like difficult to project for. And I mean, if you take him away, he's just like a completely different player in fantasy. But I think you just kind of have to hand it to Baker and him just like having a connection off the jump. Like, these guys just like seem to find each other. They got a mind meld going on. And he's like finding soft spots in the zone, Baker's getting him the ball. I just think it's a perfect situation for Igbuka.
I think the way, and we saw a lot of winning teams obviously have on both Underdog and DraftKings, the Seahawks and Seattle game stack. But to me, like, when you think a player is overvalued, and like he was expensive on DraftKings, he was expensive on Underdog, you need to play into scenarios where like everything hits, so you play Baker, you play the mini correlation coming back, like you get into that game because you're already paying a premium for it. So that's kind of like how I would approach it, where it's like, not that he's a bad play, but if I am right and he continues to run touchdowns, well, goddamn, Baker is probably going off again as well. So that's like, I just think I want to get multiple things right if I am aping in at this point.
And I guess maybe to me, this just doesn't feel like wow, Mac Jones and Sam Darnold are trading blows. This feels more like a Baker Mayfield is hobbling off, on a third down. It's 17-14. There's 7 minutes left on the clock, and Baker is just gonna put a zin in and make sure that Rachaad White rushes for his second touchdown of the day. Let me bury a hot take 47 minutes into the program.
You've already done Kamani Vidal. I can't get much harder than that.
Oh, this is going to be, people will be much more upset about this than the $5,000 pass catching running back who had a 38-yard wheel route touchdown on his first NFL touch. Might be a good play.
Still hanging your hat on that one. Remember when that really kind of paved the way for a lot of playing time for him last year.
Yeah. If you are willing to buy Jamar Chase this week, I have beachfront property in Wyoming to sell you. The defensive back who got burnt on that second touchdown said, "Oh, I was trying to bait Jake Browning into throwing me another interception because I knew we had the game won." Like he was like, "I literally don't care if I give up this touchdown right now. I'm trying to get another interception," and he just let Jamar Chase walk into the end zone, unabated. Jake Browning, if you run a filter on runningbacksdon'tmatter.com over the last 2 years, quarterbacks with a minimum 100 plays, Jake Browning is outside the top 45 quarterbacks in EPA per play. He is like Josh Rosen-esque. It's some of the worst quarterback performance you are absolutely going.
Do you remember when they beat the Jags?
I do.
What?
I do. What happened? What happened with that?
That is unbelievable. Off no preparation. Maybe they just need to stop giving him a game plan. They're just throw him in the game.
Jacob has been workshopping this take that quarterbacking is all about confidence and just like reacting. And like, that's a spot where like you come in the game and you're like, all right, let's fucking go. I'm jazzed up. I'm full of adrenaline. Now Jake Browning has to prepare knowing that his coach is saying things to the media. Like, yeah, we might go to Brett Rippon. Like it's Jake Browning stinks. Jamar, whatever. If he really is 7% owned, like we've all made worse plays than 7% owned Jamar Chase. And am I mad that I had a very good team that just needed like 5 points from Marvin Harrison Jr. last week to make me $10,000 and then Jamar Chase stole all of it? Yeah, you can put it in the paper that I'm mad, but also like I'm not gonna play Jamar Chase in salary cap DFS this week.
So you're gonna play T. Higgins then?
No, fuck no. Put me in jail before I'm playing T. Higgins. I'm trying to see if there's any points per dollar. Oh, you can only play one. You can go into the SPY. 4,444 entrants. You can only play one of Puka or Jackson Smith and Jigba. You're limited to one. Dan, who are you taking?
Puka.
Nez.
Puka, you could throw $300,000 more on Puka's salary. I'm taking Puka.
The best player in fantasy against the worst defense in fantasy, you can't get off of it.
I mean, how many what's your mental model for Matthew Stafford dropbacks this week?
They've been letting him sling it this year, man. Like, I'm not like too worried about him like having a sub 200-yard game. Like, they're just like letting him ball out. And so I think he's going to ball out. I mean, dropbacks 35.
All right. You ready for Maddox's terrible take of the week?
Oh gosh.
You're doing 3 of them?
What was the second one?
Whatever the second one was after Kamani Vidal that I already forget.
I think that if JSN is going to be approximately half the ownership of Mr. P. Nakua, he is a better and higher priority for me in single entry 3 max tournaments.
I mean, if volume's your concern, he very clearly has the lower ceiling and floor.
JSN
volume, yeah, from a volume.
He does, but he's $1,100 cheaper, and you're getting an ownership discount. Ideally, like the perfect lineup this week has them both. Like we get like let's say we get Dowdle, and let's say that your guys' favorite player of all time, Hassan Haskins, comes down with like he actually gets on the plane, and like a pregnant lady has his ankles swell up on the flight over this week, and you can play Vidal. Then it's possible.
JSN's an awesome play, but it's just like Puka's been even better than JSN this year and has the better matchup. So it just I get the price in ownership stuff though for sure.
Also, the Jaguars did not shut down Xavier Worthy. He hobbled to a 9-touch game, literally unable to move after being tackled. So I'm not giving the Jaguars shutdown. Xavier
Sounds
Worthy.
like he's not tough enough.
Do you want to speak on the Chris Jones discourse, Davis?
Yeah, I was just saying this on ADP chasing. Like, literally nothing has ever bothered me less. That game didn't matter. Like, they lost. Chris Jones wasn't going to get him. The Chiefs' offense was 100th percentile in success rate, 7.6 yards per play. It's the highest ADOT Mahomes has had in a game since 2023. The Chiefs are back, and winning or losing that game didn't matter. They lost it. They lost it when Andy Reid punted from midfield in the first quarter. They deserved to lose, and they got what they got. And that is what it is. All right, let's do big news here, folks. They still have not spelled the Swolecast properly in the Splash Sports title. I thought they did spell it right, but they spelled it wrong.
Big news. Big news.
Okay.
It's a perfect partnership. It's a perfect partnership. We get each other.
It is. We do. Big news though was that Tate 81 nowhere in the top 10 last week.
He did slightly finish ahead of my best lineup though, so I have to retract some of my Tate.
Peter, come on, man.
I was top 10 for a while and then I slid.
He also had a good finish in the BR also on UD. Tate 81 is a secret crusher. He probably doesn't even engage in any of this content. He doesn't know that he's our biggest nemesis. All right, Nez, you're a guest in our private domicile here. You get to make the tier 1 selection between Puka, CMC, Josh Allen, probably Lamar Jackson not going to play, Devin A. Chain, and Jaden Daniels.
I mean, I was told the quarterbacks are a cheat code with this contest.
Someone even added everyone.
I have a new meta to discuss that I'll get to.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to. Okay, I won't cookie on that. I'm gonna go ahead and take Josh Allen here against the Falcons. Bounce back game. They need a dub.
How brave!
Thank you.
All right, Tuttle, Jonathan Taylor, Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Bijan Robinson, or Jackson Smith in Jigba.
We'll go Patty.
Man after my own heart. So we have Josh Allen.
Just real quick, because this one I think is really interesting for an ownership, this tier 2. Basically between Taylor and the quarterbacks. Who do you think, or do you think it'll be pretty evenly split?
No, Mahomes will be far and away number 1, followed by Dak. Then Taylor will be like 20%, and then no one's clicking Bijan or JSN.
If that's true, Taylor's an awesome selection.
I would guess 50% of the ownership in this tier comes Mahomes and Dak.
Yeah, Dak's going to get a ton. People just are obsessed with this matchup against Carolina.
I mean, rightfully so. All right, Pete, here's your tier. Chance for you to break the chain. What's the new meta?
Yeah, I think, I look for spots to reveal that, I'm just not as into Drake May as my peers. And I know that's blasphemous. I do think Herbert and May will probably split a decent amount here. I'm gonna go Herbert, though. We put him into our DraftKings lineup. We're going to double down here.
I mean, just anytime you can just keep jamming this dude who just gets like the most. Dude, I'll tell you this: it is the most aesthetically pleasing 16.7 fantasy points and a career 500 record you're ever gonna find from a starting quarterback.
I love how you're just like letting your AFC West bias bleed into your tier 3 Splash Sports analysis.
It's not, honestly, I think I would hate the Chargers even if I was a Cowboys fan, really. Justin Herbert's a social media quarterback. That's what they're saying. All right, my tier is Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, Javonte, Daniel Jones, Josh Jacobs, and Sam Darnold. Ooh, I love a tier 1 JSN, tier 4 Darnold stack, and then you just go giga chalk around that. That is, I'm going to do that one. But I think who did we took Mahomes in tier 2. We took Herbert in tier 3. You know what? I'm going Josh Jacobs. He gets the 3 touchdown game this week against the Cincinnati Bengals.
I think one of my takes from these tiers is you should have either Jonathan Taylor or Danny Dimes. I think you should be flipping those two. I want one of those on my entries.
Yeah. All right, Nez, back to you.
Yeah, since we have Jacobs, I won't take Love, but I think Love is the best pick here. Let's go Caleb, man. Let's see Caleb. There's no way Caleb embarrasses himself on a national stage, right? He would never do that to me and to us. So let's go Caleb.
Narrative Street is gonna go crazy if Chicago beats Washington in this game, actually. So I do.
Yeah, the battle of 1 versus 2.
Yeah, and we also might have the ability to take Rome in tier 8. All right, Tuttle. Emeka Egbuka, Tua Tagovailoa, Ashton Genty, Derrick Henry, Cedarian Lamb, and Ted McMillan. I don't think CD is going to play.
This is a tough tier here.
Yeah, actually, this is ass, kind of. It's between Egbuka and Tet for me.
I like Genty the most.
I was going to say between Genty and Tet for me.
Oh, Nez, I need your take. You're the tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's Genty or Egbuka. So do with that information what you will.
We're not going Genty because that was
perfect.
Even though you three had Genty, we'll go Egbuka.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
This is a great spot, man. For
Igbuka is the square play this week. Putting that one. 58 minutes into the.
Are you worried about his separation score?
No, to me, that is a classic Shanahan fucks it up for everyone game, and it's just like a miserable watch for all involved. Chase, Rattler, Penix, Pickens, Geno, and a faceless Dylan Gabriel, Peter.
Yeah, this one is My guess is the field is going to gravitate to Chase or Pickens here. You know what?
What would Tate 81 do?
I've been seeing tweets that Michael Penix is the new Jared Goff with his home road splits. We're going to take home Penix here in a trailing script, chucking it against Buffalo on Monday night.
Michael Penix Jr. All right. I'm going to take Rome in tier 8. Rome Odunze against the Washington Football Commanders. We have Caleb Williams. So our tiers contest is, Pete, when you do these, have you ever done keep the same 7 cycle tier 8 before, or do you do tier 8 as like a correlated piece?
I like doing, that was what I was going to say is my favorite meta is correlating tier 8 with a piece. But no, I haven't lock buttoned. I like doing some mixing and matching.
All right, there we go. Promo code Swolie, SWOLIE. And of course, thanks to Soccer Dave, we got a big, fat, giant QR code down there in the right corner. Or you could put it right there. How about that? How about that giant
QR code, baby?
To sign up over on Splash Sports.
So many DFS bros right now watching on their big screen, pulling out their phone, taking a picture of that QR code. I do want to crowdsource a little bit why maybe you can pull this up as the last person remaining in the TD Survivor League of the hosts. I'd love to get some feedback here from who I should do. I just shared my screen in the hopper there, Davis, with the options. What do you guys? Javonte versus Carolina. I haven't done a receiver yet. I've been doing all running backs. Achan, I haven't used.
It's Kyron. It's Kyron Williams.
Dude, there's no way I'm trusting Kyron in this contest. No fucking way.
Do you have Jacobs available?
Let's see. I might have used him. No, Jacobs.
Okay, there you go.
Smash,
yeah,
right?
that's easy.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be chalk. I'm sure, but yeah, he's the best play.
But there's just no reason not to do chalk in this. Like, there's literally no reason not to do chalk because so many people have been eliminated already. Like, it's insanely hard.
We're down to we're 60 of 269 left. Wow.
Yeah. I the Slappy Survivor I did, that's just regular win-loss or whatever Survivor, is almost already cooked. Like, they're like last week, Arizona and LA took 70% of the remaining pool out entirely. So head on over there, Splash Sports, check us out. Helps if you guys do like this show. Literally the easiest thing you could do. You guys all said you were going to support our sponsors. That was a written statement from all of you guys. You pledged it.
Just put one entry in a week. It's really fun to do after you get all your BRs, your salary cap teams. Just head over there. It's a nice little hedge book too. If you're light on a play, pick a few guys in that tier. It's been a fun sweat. Take down Tate. It's a good time.
It is honestly, like, I just love finding new DFS games in general. It's like when I started playing BRs, I was like, it's just so much better than, all right, I'm logging on to DraftKings where everyone else plays better than me and has like a fucking quantum computing telling them who to play between Tyler Warren and Jake Ferguson. Like, it's just like, I just got to beat Tate 81. That's literally all I got to do.
This is like a good Swolecast old school conversation. And Tuttle, I feel like you might have seen. Did you see that guy Budaman's tweet rants this week?
I know who you're referencing.
I do know who that is.
So he had like a couple posts like really upset about Sims. And at first I was kind of like confused, but I guess he's been running. And again, I don't know the full details. I just read a few tweets, but I guess he's been running like a private contest, like with some friends and other DFS players that I'm inferring is like a 20-man contest. And he's getting really mad because he said, I could tell some people are just using Sims to put into a contest with friends. And he was just like, he was really tilting about it. That was just cracking me up. With this sim tilt.
I feel like that's fair, man. If you're in a contest with buddies, man, pick your own players. Like, if you're simming with a bunch of buddies, that's just like too sweaty for me.
Well, okay, you want to talk about sweat? I get this like relatively routinely on my Patreon, where people will use the like chat feature to like ask me a question, and like I would say 25% of them are like, I play in this DraftKings contest with my coworkers, with my family. It's 10 to 20 people. Like, what should I do? What do I play a cash team? Do I do a stack? What are you playing in cash this week? And I'm just like, man, I guess you just really don't want to lose to your friend. I'm there for it. I'm like, yeah, let's beat these losers, like, come on, let's get after it.
I don't know what I am fascinated. I'm now looking at his page. He goes, last tweet on this shit. I threw out 2 because ever since they joined, they just punch optimal every week. To the 2 that ain't thrown out, make your own lineup or I will do the same. The only reason they ain't is because they friends for a long time.
You mean the guy that takes he still does the actual phone picture up for the screenshot?
Yes.
He doesn't like Sims? I can't attest.
No, hang on. Now that Tuttle said this, I have to show this screenshot. Hang on.
Yeah, he comes across my For You page.
This is the most absurd screenshot I've ever seen in my life.
What's crazy is that in this screenshot, there is an actual screenshot, though.
I know.
So he clearly knows how to do it.
I love this. This is for like $85 in prizes, and he's trying to decipher whose lineup was hand built and whose was built with an optimizer or a sim.
Well, I'm guessing.
I was actually thinking about this morning, the demographics between DFS bros and parlay bros, and how DFS is now. I mean, it's the oldies. It's me.
Oh,
It's like your 40+ gang still hanging in there, and then the new wave is just all the parlay bros.
It's all parlay culture. It's all which is my least favorite occurrence in Western society of all time. Like, I think fascism is honestly preferable to parlay culture. It makes me sick.
Do I need to be Dave and say what's wrong with fascism, or
what's
I'm more on Team Davis this week after taking the belt to ass for Boostober on Sunday.
Dude, Nez, did you see that one of our 8-leggers lost by Amari DiMercato receiving yards?
Yeah, man, I was really fucking pissed because I really wanted that for us.
Why did you use a ghost leg, bro?
Should have flexed it, dude. Should have flexed it. All right. Tight ends. I mean, Pete.
Oh, we're still doing the show.
Are we doing? Is this shit for real with Jake Ferguson?
I mean, for as long as CD's out, for sure.
All right. Don't look. Just guess. All of you. Jake Ferguson is where in total number of targets in the National Football League after 5 weeks?
I mean, I know he's the tight end 1 in fantasy points. I would guess he's top 5 in targets.
I'll say 7th.
Dan, we need you to lock in.
11th, obviously.
He's 5th in all players in the National Football League in targets. 5th.
That's such an indictment on the league, man.
It's such an indictment. Tyler Warren has the 4th most PPR points of any tight end to start their career through their first 5 games, more than Gronk, more than Aaron Hernandez, more than Kyle Pitts. Pretty absurd stuff. Yes, we are actually going to easily ignore Ryan Flournoy usage. I've got another crazy stat for you on Flournoy. This is unbelievable shit. Ryan Flournoy and Javonte Williams are the first pair of Dallas Cowboys players in franchise history to have 100 rushing yards and 100 receiving yards. Not Dez Bryant and Zeke, not Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith. Ryan Flournoy and Javonte Williams, the first pair of Cowboys players to have 100 rushing and receiving yards, respectively, which is quite something.
Dynamic duo. Davis, tell me if I'm right here. This is how I envision you every week. You're like going through the tight ends, and you see Tyler Warren, and you just like give him a 20% boost because he might run some Wildcat stuff.
What's funny, Dan, is you would think that about me because I love these gadget players, but I was one of the people in the offseason who said Tyler Warren is actually not Brock Bowers and actually not going to get gadget usage in the National Football League. So it just reminds me of having to eat it a little bit.
And now not being Brock Bowers is a compliment.
Juwan Johnson did immediately rescind with the return of Foster Moreau and Taysom Hill, by the way. So if you're wanting to chase that, pretty useful there. Jake Tongas is just like the new 83% George Kittle. I mean, he's like actually earning targets because there's no one else active for the 49ers. What about the planning against your Steelers, Nez? Harold Fannin Jr., $3,400 DraftKings dollars.
I like it. I think they're gonna have to throw. Fannon's pretty sweet. 3,400 for Fannin here looks good. But only one $100 difference off Njoku, so I think I'll just play the ownership game there.
Pete, tight ends, thoughts?
I mean, this Darren Waller stuff is real.
Real.
It's not just gimmicky stuff. Yeah, I think maybe one more week before everyone finally agrees that it's real. So maybe you could get him at an ownership discounts once more.
I mean, he is $4,000. Darren Waller on the year has played. Oh, let me get this exactly right. Darren Waller on the year has played 48 snaps. He has more touchdowns in the 48 snaps that he has played than Trey McBride over his last 1,000 snaps in the National Football League. His 3 touchdowns on 48 snaps match Trey McBride's career single season high.
I know this is a salary cap show, but because we got Nez here, this is the current order for tight ends on Underdog this week. Trey McBride, Tyler Warren, Jake Ferguson, Tucker Kraft. How would you order those in correct, efficient order?
I think McBride's the right tight end one. This is a nutted matchup against the Colts. Then Ferg, Warren, Kraft.
Okay, so you have it pretty close to efficient as is.
I think tight end ADP is always super efficient.
Bengals are trading for Joe Flacco.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
An intra division trade. Joseph Flacco traded.
Does he have a lifetime contract with that divisional clause? Like I refuse to play in any other division. My God.
What is how fast can he get the playbook installed?
He doesn't. Buddy.
He's so old. He's good, right?
The playbook is in his head.
He will be starting for the Bengals. This makes so what I said about Chase
4K
wrong. Yeah. I wouldn't. He doesn't. Does he feel playable? It's absolutely an upgrade. It's not even. Jake Browning is that bad. That Flacco has been the worst quarterback in EPA per play this year, and it is an upgrade.
Wow, we're so back.
Yeah, your chase bags are back. We all need to get out of here. We all have lives to lead, but there you go. We're ending it there. Nez, tell the people about the Badge Brothers and what they can get. You guys are literally streaming right now.
Yeah. Sub to Badge Bros. John's covering hockey because hockey drops tonight. Tomorrow we're going to cover the main slate for the Battle Royales on Underdog. And just sub to Badge Bros. If you guys don't sub, we cover Underdog stuff. There are a lot of pick'ems out there. We have a lot of fun. Thanks for letting me honor you today and enjoying the show, man. This was a blast.
Yeah, it was a great time. Thank you very much for joining us, Peter. What's coming on the channel this week?
The usual shows. Thursday, Battle Royale Bash. If you guys are YouTube members and want to draft with me. Lols, we're going to have Shady Advice on to talk about his portfolio diversity tool on Run the Sims. If you guys are curious about that. He's also been dabbling in the BR street, so I'm going to pick his brain about what he's been doing in there. Friday, all the DFS shows, Block Party, Bully the Sims, off and on the clock. And then the other thing to mention, Nez and I worked all summer on this Badge Bros Underdog DFS Masterclass with John. So we've had 2 50K winners who have taken the course, so you can get 10% off. Promo code BADGE, underdogmasterclass.com if you'd like to check that out.
Dan, do you want to tout like Bowling Green State University tight end props or anything?
We got Wednesday games today or this week. We're starting. It's eventually going to be Tuesday, and we're kicking off with Missouri State at Middle Tennessee State. I was going to say
Sunbelt or
Conference USA. Conference USA. All right. Yeah. So if you want those, and then the nightcap is Liberty UTEP. Both teams 1-4. So if you want projections for those games, head over to RotoGrinders. We got those up already.
Sure enough. All right, everyone. I actually hijacked this platform because I'm the only one who does the timestamps and logs in anything. And you're going to be immediately redirected to my waiver wire video on the Davis Maddock YouTube channel. So if you are,
Come on, Vidal, 100% of
I'll give you a hint. Kamani Vidal is the guy on the thumbnail, and he is the #1 player listed. But there is actually, I know this, a guy not mentioned on the Josh and Hayden show that they were. Honestly, they were derelict in their duties to not tell you to pick up. So make sure that you watch that. And we'll be back with you guys on Friday for Swolie's own